Okay, so like I said, we're going to be playing this no-gi submission game. We're going to look at 6 or 7 submissions: guillotine, arm and guillotine, anaconda, 10-finger guillotine, garce, Japanese necktie, and the north-south choke. We're going to teach them individually from base positions. Like for instance, the front headlock position, inverted north-south, half guard, mount. And then we're going to go back to the first one once we learn all the base positions and show you common reactions that your partner or opponent's going to do, like how he'll defend each submission. So then we'll show you how to switch to one of the other positions and attack, say an anaconda or garce. So it is a system, but we will learn them all individually first, try to get good fundamentals with that, and then we'll put it all together. So hopefully 6 or 7 weeks time we'll have a bit of game from here. Let's just take a look at this front headlock position, which we did in the warm-up. The reason I'm not on one knee or 2 knees is because Carl can obviously double leg me like he's doing that. So this is why this leg is up. I want the chin strap, because let's just say I want a guillotine. Okay, anytime this hand's floating around and it hasn't grabbed onto anything, Carl will make grips and he'll remove his head and do all this stuff. So I want to make sure that my hands are never floating. So when I get into this front headlock position, my right hand is going to cut the chin. It's the first thing. So again, I've secured. Okay. Positions. So the Carl has the chin strap. Another thing I can do from this position, if this elbow isn't tight, I can get my head higher than Carl's hips. I can take him over. So not only has he got the chin strap, it's like if you've got if you played rugby, you're hugging this here, so his elbow is tight, pinning my head between his lat. The other thing is the positioning of my head. It has to be in his lat, because if I move inside, it kind of doesn't work as well. So when I come into my position, you don't want his head in the middle. He'll probably want to put it in the middle because we're looking at the escapes from all these things. So rather than actually pushing his head, I'll just move my body. First thing is, I have the chin strap here, the elbow is tight. The other thing is, I'm putting weight in him. I want my shoulder in front of Carl's shoulder, because if I'm up here, he can drive forward, straight up. It's going to take me back. So I want to make sure that my right shoulder is in front of his left shoulder. So I'm head to head. My other head is in his ear, so if he drives into me, I can take that force, that pressure. So this is our basic headlock control. Okay? So from here, when I bring my left hand in, I never bring it in from in the middle between my body and his body, because it's easy for him to latch on. Okay, Carl's got a free right hand. So the second my hand comes in to make a connection, he's made a grip. Sometimes he'll make a double grip, and if it's here, that means I'm in trouble. So the first detail is, guys, plus we come around this side. We're here. I don't come in from here. I come in from my body. Okay? So sliding it in to get a double chin strap. So this is what I want here. Okay? And even from here, if Carl tries to make a grip, he can't get a clean grip. Go, grab it, yep. The wrist, yep. And even from there, if he manages to get a grip, I can still find his chin, because I'm strong here, strong close to my body. Whereas if it's out here and he latches on, I'll never get that back into an arm fight. So again, from that position, I want to be making sure that I'm coming in. So once I get this double chin strap here, now I want to get good contact with my wrist and his neck, because a guillotine is an air choke. So from here, I'm going to raise my elbow. So I've got his chin tucked. I'm going to bring my right elbow so it's nearly pointing to the sky, and then from there, just bring it in tight. So my sharp bit of my wrist is right under his larynx. And again, that's just a 10-finger grip. Now, again, from this position, it's very hard for me to choke Carl from here. So it's very hard for Carl to actually choke from the knees, because for him to choke from here, he'll arch his back, and I'll just raise up with him. See if I can raise my hips up and then come over. From there, all the way over, and I'm on the other side. So we talked about this before when we played the guillotine. It's very hard to choke someone out unless I get him in guard. We have shown you this, how to actually sit back and pull close guard. from there I can finish it. But we also show you how to defend that by from here, if Carl has that guillotine on, you walk around. The back step there. Recap. So the second card puts that on. As he sits back, I just put my hands in front of his knees and bypass the guard. So we're going to show you a different way of using my legs to set up the guillotine. I could never make this work until you've seen this little detail. And now I'm hitting it a lot more better. So from our position, here, in my double hand position, I raise the elbow and get the bite. Okay? Now I know if I try to pull guard, Carl can just place his hands on his knees and bypass and get to the other side. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my hips. So I'm bringing my hips towards him like this. Okay, I'm filling the space. I never sit back. My right foot is going to find Carl's right hip before my butt hits the mat. Okay? So from there, I kick his hip, then I sit back. So it's this control here. Okay? This foot's everything. Because if this is not here, Carl can run around. So I broke that there. When he gets to this side, it's going to be very difficult for me to finish. So my foot stops him running around. Okay? So again, from that front headlock position, here and here, come in, tight to my body, make that double chin strap. Making sure that I find the angle by bringing my elbow high, and then I come in. For the sake of drilling, don't just stick this on really heavy hard. Okay? So, from here, my ear was on the shoulder, but for me to project my hips forward, I have to replace my head with my chest. Okay? My hips are moving forward, I'm not sitting back. If you sit back, Carl will run around your guard every time. But I just put my butt on the mat and try to put my foot on his hip, he is going to run around. When I was doing this, and I could never make this way of finishing the guillotine work until this detail of moving my hips forward. If Carl tries to run around now, I've got this in. But the other thing he can do is he can roll over his left shoulder. Roll, and he can throw his knees. So I stop that with my leg coming in. So, front headlock position, close to my body, make the grip, ears on the shoulder, shoulders in front of his shoulder, bring my elbow high, I fill that space. This with my sharp bit of the wrist, is in his larynx. The detail is, I replace my head with my chest. My hips are moving forward as I find the hip, the leg comes over, it stops the roll. Okay, so to finish, I'm pulling my wrist into my armpit as I lean towards my mat. So the finish is like this. Okay? I'm pulling both elbows high. I'm pulling this fist into my armpit. Carl's head's in this space. So from there, I'm doing that. I'm also turning my wrist backwards. So the wide part is going into his larynx, and then I lean towards my right hip. So there's 3 pressures. Headlock position. So I come in, I have the chin strap, elbows tight, shoulder in front of his shoulder, head down low, driving force in. Hand comes close to my body till I get that double chin strap. That's the first thing. Okay? Now I need to get the angle on his larynx. It's all about the snugness. Every choke we've done in jiu-jitsu so far, it's all about the snugness I make. So to get that snugness, I'm lifting his head up. I'm also filling the space. I want the back of Carl's neck tight under my armpit. So to get that, my elbow comes up, and then I fill the space. So if the back of his neck is tight, and there's no space between his armpit and the back of my neck. From that position, my hips are forward, I kick him in the hip, and I bring his leg over the top. Okay? Now you do those 3 pressures. So wrist to armpit, curl, reverse motorcycle grip, and I just lean this way. Okay, let's play with that, guys. There's a ton of